In this video, we will be talking about Gauss's law. G.F. Gauss was a Russian biologist who has put forth this concept. It is also known as competition exclusion principle. Competition exclusion principle. Okay. Adaptive radiation is characterized by replacement of one form of organism by another form of organism, consequent of their inability to share the same ecological niche. Ecological niche or ecological niche is the habitat. This habitat is one for one species, no two species same niche, okay, for an indefinite period of time, due to the inheritance difference in competitive ability and rate of reproduction. So only one species survive, because due to competition, no two species can occupy the same space or same spot in the food chain. Okay. That means that the species with identical ecological requirements cannot occupy the same ecological niche for a long time, and hence less competent species may either be driven away or become extinct. So this is nothing but the Darwin theory of survival of fittest. Right. If someone is fit, then only there's possibility of survival. Otherwise, what will happen, that person or anything which is related to that will expire or go extinct. Adaptive radiation is an evolution in several specialized directions, starting from common and generalized ancestral type, or the entry of organism of the original stock to new adaptive zone. So we will write down about adaptive radiation. Adaptive radiation is a evolution in several specialized direction, starting from common ancestor. So there is an ancestor X, and from that ancestor X dash, X double dash, X triple dash, certain types of organism will form. Okay. In other words, organisms of same group or closely related groups exhibit greater divergence in their morphology when they are found in different habitat. For example, you can consider monkeys, apes. You see, there are various types of apes which have evolved. So that is how we say adaptive radiation it is. That there are hundreds of types of the species which have come and they have adapted to the local environment need. That is what the adaptive radiation is. So there are some properties And this adaptive radiation leads to, first, replacing one generation form of organism by another. So it leads to replacement of one species or one generation form of organism by another. The second is, it enables different form of organism to acquire different competitive abilities. So competitive ability. Third is, it prepare different form of organism to occupy different ecological niche. Fourth is, it endorse different form of organism with different rate of reproductive success. Okay, so these are the four things which are there, which is caused by adaptive radiation. Therefore, the Gauss's law explains about competitive ability and replacement of species. So this talks about competitive ability and replacement of species. Replacement of species. In nature, all living organisms are directly or indirectly depends on food chain. So in nature, animals, they are directly or indirectly depend on food chain for their survival. In this food chain, each and every species occupy definite place, and this is called as ecological niche. So what is ecological niche? That direct or indirect nature of the existence. That is, in nature, all living organisms are directly or indirectly depend upon food chain. In this food chain, each and every species occupy a definite place, and this is called as ecological niche. In this, the species always get food from lower niche. So the flow of energy is unidirectional, that is from lower to upper. So that is how the energy and the species gets their food from. They have threat from upper niche. That is the thing, that if someone is there at the middle, so it will get energy from here, but at the same time it will have to pass this energy to this tropic level. So they have threat from upper niche. If two or more specify occupy a same niche, then a lot of competition will arise for food, shelter and breed. So if two or more species occupy the same ecological niche, then there will be competition for food, shelter and breeding population or breeding space. In this competition, the species which are more competitive, that will get success. Due to this, in all ecological niche, only one type of species can survive. For example, there are numerous examples of birds, reptiles and mammals. Galapagos Island. Galapagos Island. It is on the equator in Pacific Ocean, 900 km west of equator and South America. These islands are volcanic in nature and looks like sparrows lives in this island. Finches generally have snout, conical beak adapted for crushing seed. However, these island However, in these islands, the finches have undergone great diversification in their breeding habit. Accordingly, they have formed into different varieties displaying morphological differences in shape and size. Okay. These different forms are, first is ground finches. These are seed crusher and conical. Seed crusher and conical. Then there are warbler finches. These are insectivorous and big slender. Then there is vegetarian and tree finches, then woodpecker, insectivorous tree finches, cactus ground finches, etc. But this theory is not proof towards everything. There is a criticism which is related to this. Talking about the criticism. So it is not a law like law of physics or chemistry. Gauss's law is not a law which is there in physics and chemistry, which is universally proven. It is just a descriptive generalization. It is just a descriptive generalization. C is Gauss' law speak of parallel evolution in terms of structural adaptation, but not in terms of internal changes. So Gauss talks about the structural adaptation, not internal changes or biotic and organic changes or organic adaptation. Okay. So we now discussed about the very important topic, that is Gauss's law. This can be asked for a short question and answer. So thank you for watching.